Hello everybody, this is my video in astrophysics number 28. Well, as you can see, my native language is French, therefore I will try to speak the best English I can. And also, I am not a professional translator, but I produce the best translation of my French text than I can with a translator then. And something else, I have to follow a text so that I don't forget important details and I still make the best video I can. And for those who find my video without going through my website, let me introduce myself. My name as a self-taught and multidisciplinary scientist is Gilles Lauzon-Urtubise, and I am the owner of the First Human multi-intelligence.com site, which is on your left side then. So as you know, the title of my video is Nuclear Fusion, does it exist? Well, the nuclear fusion doesn't exist at all so I explain it to you in this document. So according to my result of self-studies, which are largely in astrophysics and a little in chemistry, about only 5 years and 8 months from about zero knowledge, but well, about my knowledge from the school, but it's kind of far away then. So and during which I have managed to invent and or produce between 50 and 100 or more theories in astrophysics. These studies have led me to invent and or produce a sufficient quantity of theories to successfully decode the functioning of the universe on a macroscopic scale, and to succeed in explaining the origin of all objects in the universe, or almost. But when I say almost, I think I know all the objects, like most of the other astrophysicists knows. So I don't think they could have surprise on this side, but so that's why I say almost, and just in case then I miss one then. As well as their mode of formation, their mode of operation, the circumstances or condition that led to one or the other of the different possible deaths of all objects of the universe, and many other things specific to each type of objects. But that I will only reveal after following my pattern for my extraordinary spaceship. As the result of self-studies, which are largely in astrophysics and a little in chemistry, they led me to the inescapable conclusion, which is that nuclear fusion does not exist in nature, and that it is impossible to reproduce for several reasons which follow. First, it would be nonsense for the universe to naturally produce the fusion of light atoms to produce heavier atoms, because it would lead to the rapid elimination of the hydrogen atom, which are essential to an extremely long journey, which ultimately ends up creating the first cells of the beginnings of life. Number two, it is quite wrong to claim that the nuclear fusion formation of certain heavier atoms take place inside certain stars. So yes, so this is totally wrong. All the atoms, they still exist in the universe. It never changed by fusion, because nuclear fusion doesn't exist at all. Number 3, because following the filing of my patent for my extraordinary spaceship and my exceptional first-generation device that is used to produce 3 extraterrestrial gravitational technology, and maybe my exceptional third-generation device, which used to produce the 10 extraterrestrial gravitational technology much more easily, I will be able to publish all my theories which prove from A to Z the reason why nuclear fusion is impossible in the nature state or in any other form. So the nuclear fusion, that's another example then. So this is a further evidence of complete misunderstanding of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale on the part of all other astrophysicists before me. An immense difficulty and complexities to overcome before all the other astrophysicists before me can begin to decode little by little how all the objects in the universe work. To then after to be able to start forming different theories until they become satisfactory and agree with each other. And after this level then, and then to be able to start producing a sufficient quantity of theories that can all be complementary until they manage to explain how the universe works from A to Z or almost until proven otherwise, so as to achieve the same level of explanation as all of my theories of my imposing modern theory of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale. For me, it is very easy to understand no one before me had any chance to achieve such an intellectual feat, because it is of an immeasurable level of difficulty, and you will have proof of it when you can read my imposing modern theory of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale, or on my website. Yes, on my website. So, sorry. When you can read my imposing modern theory on how the universe works on a macroscopic scale on my website and in a scientific journal to my name. As far as I am concerned, there is no way that my extremely physical logical mind could be buttered or fooled by any branches of complex mathematics. And among my 50 and 100 or more theories of my imposing modern theory of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale, there is none of them that has any connection that depends to mathematics. And among of my 50 and 100 theories or more, too, there are none of these that can be characterized as one or more accommodating magical thoughts or any other magical things then. Because my extremely high physical logical mind, it originates from an insatiable curiosity about nature that started from an age that is only 5 or 6 years old or earlier, and until now, until today. So from a very early age, I found myself assimilating a large amount of nature experience and relation between physical cause to physical effect. To understand how nature works many times then, until I can figure them out much as I can, and in many times. So, well, and that from a young age, starting by observing the nature of soils, rivers, insects, small animals, and all the things in the nature that takes too long to list. So for several decades, I have managed to accumulate a considerable amount of physical cause to physical effect in my biological hard drive, because this is extremely useful afterwards to be able to differentiate the possible things from the impossible things. And among other things, never be trapped by all kinds of mathematical, magical thoughts or other forms of magical thinking, which are nothing in common with physical reality. And thanks to my extremely high capacity in deep investigation, in deep reflection, in very deep analysis, in limitless inventiveness, and many others form a very important intelligence which take too long to list, but which I don't want to say by now, but all of those that I use continually. And this allowed me to be the first and the only one in history to be able to decode how the universe works in an extreme short time of only 5 years and 8 months. Whereas every other astrophysicist or planetologist before me has been unable to do so for the past 200 years or more. Currently, my 50 and 100 or more theories of my imposing modern theory of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale give me a level of satisfaction that is somewhere between 96% and 98.5%. And I will never be completely satisfied of these files until I achieve 100% satisfaction. And that is the reason I like to tackle at least 3 or 4 extremely complex files or more at a time, who are currently, number 1 is to complete my modern theory at 100%. Number 2 is my paper pattern, which is about 350 pages, where I put all of my astrophysicist invention and all of mechanic physics invention in it. So, and after this I need to find the funding, because I want to finalize the best possible pattern is possible to do at 100%. 3, an extremely important personal file that must be completed after COVID-19, because it significantly harms my intellectual productivity of all kinds, as well as physical, and which I cannot disclose for personal reasons. And because I am the only one in history who can solve it by little surgery, by surgery medicine man, and in a safe way, and until I can be completely cured. 4, a dossier to produce a social website or a social network, which is the most protective in history for all members of the society. 5, many other files in parallel, which is man cancer and woman cancer. But of course I have to attack the man cancer because I'm a man. So if I die from a cancer, I cannot work anymore for woman cancer. So, and number 6, many other files in parallel which are less important, but that I absolutely want to solve from the moment I have collaborators of several skills and under my direction then. And a considerable amount of file that it takes too long to list, because I am an extremely powerful intellectual machine and far superior to all human brains, home computers, and powerful computers together. And as indisputable proof of this, it is my imposing modern theory of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale. So this is the first one, but they have a lot other than I can talking about them. So until which I will publish following my patent filing them. In conclusion of this section of this video, if all the governments of the world invest between $1,000 billion and $5,000 billion or more in every other brain on the planet and any other powerful computer, they will all or they would all or collectively be unable to produce work like the ones I have produced so far in about only 7 years and 2 months. Because outside of me, it is only true. Because outside of me, it is only through the development of a program of artificial intelligence to an extremely high level. Because plus powerful computers. So the powerful computers, they can, in this way, they can, on this side, they can produce many thousand ideas. And it's necessary to produce on the other side many groups of 5 or 10 scientists, which they are the best mind of the planet, to work together and to pass in review all the ideas which they was produced by the powerful computer and by the artificial intelligence of an extremely high level. Then, so they pass in review all of those ideas to put in 4 categories. So the category, the first one is from 0 to 25% of realism, of possible this is their percentage, then they can be good. So it was between 0 and 25%. So the second category is 25 to 50, the third one 50 to 75, and the last one, the fourth one, 75 to 100, to receive the best ideas, the best realistic ideas, and the ones they have the better percentage to work though. So, and after this, experiment the best ideas at beginning. So experiment is all of those ideas, produce new theory like the ones I produced for my mother theory, and until they pass all the new ideas, until then they comes to the idea was not good enough. So then, and after all of these work, start to produce many theories that could come together to produce my mother theory, or an imposing mother theory like mine then. In addition, through my self-taught study in astrophysics of 5 years and 8 months to successfully decode the functioning of the universe on a macroscopic scale, there is no mystery, during all of that time, there is no mystery that I have failed to decode or solve. And if there any mystery to be discovered that I haven't yet to meet, I sincerely doubt that any mystery of the universe can withstand my very high intellectual powers in investigation, in reflection, in deep analysis, and about my inventiveness of all kind and without limit, plus all of my other very important intelligence that I use to practice all the time then. Because so far, I have always managed to decode or solve all mystery that I have encountered, and on a few groups of a few subjects, at least I provide one satisfactory explanation or more than one. And all of my theory that goes into my imposing modern theory of how the universe works on a macroscopic scale, there are none of them that can be called a theory of one or more accommodating magical thought, because all of my theories are based on one or more relationship of physical cause to physical effect and nothing else. So in conclusion, my intellectual and humanitarian ambition and my responsibility as a multidisciplinary and self-taught scientist and humanist is to advance the knowledge of the humanity, plus to form a website which it's used to protect all members of the society and to protect the environment much as possible by telling them which some suggestion about practice, comportment, behavior, and all the things that can help to protect the environment. Plus to protect too the animals in the nature, because by protecting them we are also protecting us. And another large quantity of tools, very important tools, which help people to become a better person, and to help the world to become better peaceful, and respect democracy, and explain why democracy is so important then. So, well, democracy is the most important thing. Then they really needs to be protected, because it's to protect the future of the humanity then. And the term impossible is a term that I will never respect, and as long as I am sufficiently in good physical, intellectual, and mental condition. So thank you for viewing my video, and welcome to see my next video, which will reveal my opinion on another pretty complex subjects of the universe. So thank you, goodbye.